let's jump right into our training. Now, if you have a team member who is not on with us live, no worries. We're going to leave this up on the page, but go ahead and tag her in the comments. I think Kim is so smart for always doing that. Kim Lodenstein is so smart for always tagging her team members in the videos, because if they're not on live, she doesn't want them to miss what the training is. And so this is super important, especially for brand newer beauty consultants, or those of you who kind of feel like you're stuck, unable to really get going on your bookings. All right. So let me say this about bookings. Booking is a choice. And so is not booking, okay? Booking, if you tell me that you want to have more appointments on your books and that you really want to do your Mary Kay business, but gosh, you just can't seem to get that date book full, I'm going to ask you a couple of questions. Number one, I'm going to ask you, have you made the decision yet to carve out time in your schedule for booking? Booking, if you want just one or two appointments every week, here or there, every other week, hit or miss, and that's fine with you, then you don't need to set aside time in your schedule to make booking calls and texts and follow up and sit there with your calendar open in prayer over each one of those 2x2 inch squares, asking God to fill your date book with the right people. If you do want a calendar filled with appointments and you're ready for overflow and abundance in your Mary Kay business, booking is a choice, and so is not booking. Having your calendar, your weekly plan sheet. I'm going to ask you, do you have your weekly plan sheet, and is it filled out? The weekly plan sheet, for those of you who don't know, those of you who do know are like, oh my gosh, is she really going to talk about that one more time? Yes, I'm really going to talk about that one more time, because the planning of your schedule is the success of your business. So if you want to figure out when you're going to book your appointments and hold them, and when you're going to set aside the time to do the actual setting of these appointments, you need to use the weekly plan sheet. You can print it on Mary Kay In Touch. You can even Google Mary Kay weekly plan sheet, hit the image search button, and boom, you'll get it. It'll pop up. You can print it off. And that way you know exactly what spots you have available for when somebody says yes. And you could say, great, I work my business these days. I work at Saturday mornings and Tuesday and Thursday evenings. Which works better for you? So if you don't know when you have available before you get ready to start booking, you're going to be in a world of confusion and stress. And do you want to be less stressed? Yes, you do. So you need that weekly plan sheet. You fill in your family commitments first, your God and your faith commitments, and then your family, and then you fill in your regular job, your other work, whatever it is that you do, or your things that you're absolutely committed to that you cannot negotiate on. And then you highlight in pink. You'll see white time blocks. You highlight in pink the ones where you're open to hold Mary Kay appointments. That's the first thing you need to do, is choose to use a weekly plan sheet so you can set aside a time for your bookings, because booking is a choice, and so is not booking. The next thing booking is a mindset. It's an attitude. And so you can't think to yourself before you go into these booking hour time blocks where you've said, I'm going to set aside my Monday nights to get my date book filled for the next 2 weeks. Or you say, I'm going to set aside my Friday evenings, between 4 and 6 to get my date book filled for the following week. Or I'm going to set aside my Sunday evenings to get my Sunday afternoons from 3 till 5 to get my date book filled for the week. Whenever your time blocking is, you can't go into that space and that energy with a negative attitude about booking. You can't think to yourself, oh, I hate this. Oh, this is so awkward. Oh, I don't like no's. If you do, that energy is going to come back at you. I promise there's something about that. So what you have to go into it saying is, I'm a booking expert. I'm a booking machine. You have to have affirmations. Like, you have to tell yourself that you're great at this, that you love it. You have to say, I love booking. I love having a filled date book. It feels great to know that I have 7 appointments on my books this week, and that even if half cancel, I'm still going to have 3 appointments this week and every week, because everyone loves to book with me. My Mary Kay products are fabulous. Women are lucky that I am offering them the chance to try this product. I give the best customer service, and these women are going to be blessed by having met me and been introduced to a company that enriches women's lives the way Mary Kay does, I am giving a gift to these women today by offering them the chance to try my new Time-Wise foundations. They've never had a foundation match this good in their lives, and they're going to be a friend to me when we're done, and they're going to thank me for saving their face from wearing the wrong color foundation. Like, you guys have to say the booking affirmations to yourself before you make these calls. I know it sounds crazy. I know you're probably, half of you just checked out. You're like, I'm never going to do that. I want you to succeed. So I'm telling you the secrets of the pros. The secrets of the pros are they do the crazy stuff. Like, they're just crazy enough not to doubt what women who have gone before them tell them to do. And so women who have gone before you guys honestly have said, this is what you should do. I didn't make this up. Kathy Halou taught me booking affirmations. She always said to say, I'm a booking machine. I'm a booking machine. I'm a booking machine. Everybody's going to book with me. Everybody wants to book with me. I have so many appointments. I'm praying for some to cancel so I can have the night off because I don't need the money because I've already held 5 classes this week. I mean, Kathy Halou drilled into me booking affirmations. And when you do that, you will have more success in your booking attempts. So booking is an attitude, booking is a choice, and so is not booking, and you got to go into it with positive expectancy. The third and final thing I'll say about booking is what you've heard 1,000 times if you've been in Mary Kay, even probably for 3 months. Booking is a numbers game. We have on live with us right now a college professor, a mathematician, and so there are people out there that base their whole lives on theories of numbers and trusting in numbers and that there is truth in numbers and that numbers don't lie. Let me tell you a little secret. People do lie, but numbers never will. So I don't want you to feel defeated or discouraged if you make 7 booking attempts and get 0 yeses. Because that is still the laws of averages, right? If you make 10 to 12 booking attempts and you don't get any yeses, well, then we can start to have cause for concern because typically 1 out of 10 women will book with you, especially if they're leads that people you don't know very well. Because most of you, I think that are on at least now, are outside your circle of friends and family in favor. So the odds are typically 1 in 10 are going to say yes, but it might take you 9 no's before you get to that 10th yes. It might take you 6 no's until you get to the number 7 and it's a yes, but 6 no's hurts. I'm not going to lie. Like, you have to have a little bit of a thick skin to just know that the numbers will not lie to you if you work them out. So what I find with consultants is the reason they're not getting enough bookings is because they're literally just not asking enough numbers. They're not asking enough people. And the women that I see succeed really quickly in Mary Kay are the ones who just blow through leads. They blow through 50 leads every week trying to get bookings. They're literally calling through 40 to 50 new leads every single week to make sure they're fully booked up with 5 to 7 appointments for the following week. And those are the women who succeed the quickest because they're just literally asking more people than you. So I find that comforting. You don't have to be better at booking. You don't have to look better than you do. You don't have to have more efficient skills than you already have. You don't have to live in a different demographic. You don't have to be a different person. You just need to hit the numbers. You have to ask more people. So like I said, the laws of average tell you that 1 in 10 leads will book with you. So if you want to have 3 bookings a week, you've got to text or call or ask, Facebook message 30 people. And honestly, that's why you need to block out time for booking because you can't really keep up with texting and responding with, 25 to 30 different people just here and there or in the carpool line or on the toilet or before bed. Do you know what I'm saying? It has to be like a set aside 1 hour time block in your schedule 2 to 3 days a week. And you might find that in that hour, you can get it done. Maybe your friends and referrals will respond to you quicker. Maybe you're just faster on the texting than others. Maybe you can phone call and get people to pick up depending on who you're calling. But honestly, that's the deal. And so I just want you to know in advance to take your expectations and put them in the right place. So you really have to be asking a lot of people to be able to ensure that you get the yeses that you want, to have the appointments that you want, to earn the income that you want Does that make sense? Okay, it's all in your control. I always say if you don't want to give your paycheck or your advancement opportunities over to anyone else's control, work the numbers. The numbers will not lie to you. Okay, so booking is a choice, booking is an attitude, and booking is not magical, it's mathematical. It's all about the numbers because people will lie to you, but numbers never will. So I'm going to post on our page when I'm finished a link to a website resource where an office assistant of mine put all the scripts that we use when we are booking in all different kinds of situations. So when you're booking a hostess for a party, when we're booking, referrals from a fishbowl, like a giveaway drawing, when you're booking referrals from a party, somebody that you don't know, when you're booking your own customers, when you're asking somebody to come on to a marketing event on Facebook. I mean, all the referral scripts and all the scripts you could possibly need. I'll post the link to those when we're finished, so you can just click it and they're all there. You can print them, copy and paste them, send the link around to your team members, store it in your phone, whatever you need to do. And so I'll make sure and give you that resource. But what I want to share with you is that your booking is, we always say, it's like you're playing ball. It's like you're throwing the ball to somebody and waiting for them to throw it back. And then when they throw it back, you're going to pitch to them again, and then you're going to wait for them to catch it and throw it back. And it's this conversation. It's the music of a conversation where you are engaging with a woman and in a relatable way, but using the words that work and encouraging her to play ball with you and trying to make sure that that ends in a booking that you can count on. So the first thing that you want to do is use the scripts exactly, because the words are really magical. And I've seen women try to change the words even by like 2 or 3 different verbiages, and then they don't work, like they're a bust. The words are very, very important. There's certain words that work, like pampering session versus party doesn't work. There's certain words that work, like I'm going to give you a complimentary makeover versus free facial sometimes doesn't work. So the words are very, very important. And I'm not saying you can't personalize it a little bit. Like maybe if it's somebody that you know, as an acquaintance or something, you can say, oh, I saw that you moved. I hope you're loving the new home. Smiley face, but then you want to stick to the exact words that are on these scripts because they really do work. And then you can personalize it a little bit even at the end. But for the most part, stick to the words, because we have tested these words on hundreds of thousands of women over the years and found what works and what doesn't. And so that's why I really want to make sure that you are clear that these aren't like guidelines or suggested words. Like these are the words, and that makes your life easier. Again, don't you want less stress? Okay, so it's done. So you just copy and paste, literally change the names, change it to your name at the end instead of these examples, but use the words that work because they really are all done for you already. So, okay, for example, let's say you want to book somebody that you got their name and number from a table event that you did. Jennifer, I know your team does some of these table events. I know you always do these table events, or you get referrals and things like that. So here's what you would want to say. You would want to say, and again, I'll post these so you don't have to type these all out, but you'd say, hi, Jennifer, you entered our spa pampering package giveaway at the bridal fair in Georgia, and you were chosen as the grand prize winner. This is Jordan Eicher from Mary Kay in Charlotte. Is it better to text you, or would you prefer that I call you for a quick minute? And then you wait. Right? So you send this out and you wait for her to throw the ball back to you. I just pitched it. I told her you're a grand prize winner. And then, of course, if she's not really the name that you drew, you can tell her, gosh, you were a runner-up winner of one of our complimentary pampering packages and a $10 gift card for free Mary Kay, or whatever you want to say. If she wasn't really the grand prize winner, then you can say something else like that, like you were a runner-up, or you were a second prize winner or something. But everybody's a winner, because the point is that you want to give everybody a gift just for entering your drawing and connect with every single woman and offer her the chance to have a makeover with you. So you want to say, so she'll respond, and most people say text is fine, or they'll say you can text me. So you want to write back and you'll say, great, you're going to receive a free pampering session in your home, a satin hands treatment, an anti-aging facial with a charcoal mask, a facial with our ultimate miracle set, an expert foundation matching with Mary Kay's hottest new products, Time-Wise 3D foundation. This is for you and up to 5 of your fabulous friends. Doesn't that sound exciting? Question mark. You're pitching the ball and waiting for her to come back. And usually people are really sweet and they're like, oh, okay, cool. And they'll say something like yes, or wow, nice, or how long does it take? They'll ask you something. And then you respond, you answer their question typically, and this is what you say next. You say, basically, all we need to do is carve out a day and time that would work best for your schedule and send out an invitation to your friends to join you. Here are the days I have available over the course of the next 10 days. And then you tell her, I have Tuesday, at 9. I have Saturday morning at 11. Which works better for you? You always give 2 dates. Now, how would you even know to say Tuesday at 9 or Saturday at 11? Because you filled out your weekly plan sheet. So you are prepared. You are in business for yourself. You're a business owner. You've got the schedule right there ready for when your family doesn't need you, when your other job doesn't need you, when you're not at Bible study, when you're not at yoga, and you have your Mary Kay time, and you can offer it to her like a true professional. Imagine that you're your own receptionist at a salon or at an actual spa. Those people have a calendar ready to give you appointment choice after appointment choice after appointment choice after appointment choice when you're standing there with your calendar trying to book with them, right? As soon as you leave getting your hair done, what's the first thing they do? They rebook you for your next appointment, and they've got that calendar scheduled months in advance. So you need to be prepared with that exact same professionalism, because remember I talked about last week or the week before, people respect your business the way you teach them to respect it. So after you set the date with her, you go back and forth, set the date. The next thing I text her is a little invitation that we make in the app called Red Stamp. So if you've never downloaded Red Stamp, download it. It's an app in the App Store, and you can just make it's like little pic collages that you can make. They make it really easy though, and you can use that. And again, this is all written down for you if you forget. You can use that to make a little party invitation, and it's great to have like a picture of you on there, like holding one of your products, or use like with a customer who's doing charcoal mask, or even with your family, so that they can see what your Mary Kay dream is helping you work towards. And then you get a cute picture of Mary Kay skincare or makeup or foundations off of the Mary Kay Instagram account, and you put that on there like a little collage, and then that is your invitation. It's really simple. And then here's what you do. You send that little invitation to your customer with the date and time of her party that you guys just booked together on the Red Stamp. So you send it back to her and you say, I just made your life so easy. Here's a little invitation that you can use to text all your fabulous friends. If I were you, I would send this to at least 15 women so that you have 5 or 6 that can show up for you. And then you even say, here's what you can say if you need the words. Because even your hostesses need words like I'm giving to you right now to book parties. They need words to use to invite their friends to come to the party, because otherwise they'll say all the wrong things like we have a tendency to do, right? They'll say, oh, I'm having a Mary Kay party. Do you want to come? Like, no, that just doesn't even give the total picture at all of what we offer and what they are going to get. So, this is what they're going to say then with that Red Stamp invitation to their friends. They're going to say, hey, Michelle, I'm super excited. I just won a facial pampering package for myself and up to 5 of my most fabulous friends from Mary Kay. You know how much I love you. So you are one of the 5 that I picked. See the invite below. Text Jordan to RSVP and you put your own phone number. Text her your name and my name, your skin type, normal to dry or combination to oily, your age range, and the date of our appointment. It's right on the invitation so she can keep everything straight. I can't wait to have you as one of my Fab 5. And that's what she sends to her friends. How easy did you just make it for her to copy and paste? And it sounds fun. You made her look professional with a little invitation with the Mary Kay product picture on there, your picture on there, and a little picture of confetti. That's what mine looks like. Again, I'll post it so you can see it. But that's it. And so it sounds complicated. Once you get this all in your phone, though, and do it once, then you're just copying and pasting it. I always say booking these days is a true hour of copy, paste, change the name, copy, paste, change the name, copy, paste. And let me just say, back in the day, before we had texting, I'm not old, but this is kind of still new. We would be like calling people and saying the same thing over and over and over again. And I'm telling you, it took so much longer than an hour to get 10 appointments on your books. It took like 2 hours, 2.5 hours sometimes, like an afternoon or like a morning session of just trying to get your date book full, because people would talk, like women would just chit chat and it would take a long time. And now you can text these exact same words to like 50 people in 30 minutes. It's amazing how much quicker you can actually contact and get these conversation ball games, these ball throwing games of catch started. So it's really a blessing if you are able to text book, and text booking is something that you can even do during downtime, like at your other job. So you can kind of sneak that in there too, whereas phone calling is sometimes you're not able to do that. All right, so then what happens once all that's done? The appointment's booked, you got the invitation, she's excited, you're excited, she's texting it out to her friends. What to do with all of that when those like messages start coming back in? All of that is written on the web resource that I'm going to paste the link for, that our office assistant put up there for you guys. So all the back and forth is on there. You're going to get on that website and be like, oh my gosh, this is the treasure trove of all the words I've ever needed. So I know you're going to be excited about that. And but here's the other thing I want to say. So you get appointments booked. Some of you have had no problem getting appointments booked, especially because we get the new foundations right now. So everybody wants to book with you, right? Everybody's excited because we're telling the statistic that 96% of women would like help matching the perfect foundation shade if somebody offered it to them. And 80% of women are wearing the wrong foundation shade right now. So everybody needs help. So we have an exciting reason to book right now. But what's happening when you start to get texts like, oh gosh, Jennifer, oh gosh, Pam, you know what, my kid is sick, or my husband can't get off work, I think we're going to have to cancel. Don't you just go, no, when you get those messages? I know I still do. That's probably not good for me to tell you. It's not good emotional management, but it's true. It's like, oh, bummer, as soon as you hear that. Well, I want to just tell you, don't give up right away. Don't just automatically, accept what they're saying. I like to be what I call pleasantly persistent when somebody tries to cancel on one of my appointments. So I want to tell you how I set that up in the beginning. So when somebody books with me, I'm sending her a message immediately after we get off the phone. If we've been texting, I'll wait a little while, but I'll just thank them, right? You're just confirming that, just like if you book something online and then they send you a text confirmation. If you book a dentist appointment these days, you get a text confirmation of, thank you for your appointment. Here's a reminder of the date and time. Do you want this to link to your Google Calendar? See you then, or whatever. So I do that in a really more personal way. Of course, I just send a text, thank you so much. Right after they book with me, I can't wait to see you on this day, this time at your house, and meet all of your friends. We're going to have a fabulous experience, whatever. Okay. So 2 days later, or 3 days, if I have that much time between the appointment, I just leave a little space, a little gap. I'm going to reach out and text her again. And I'm just going to text her a picture from Mary Kay Instagram of one of our fabulous product sets that I'm going to show at her party. So satin hands, maybe I'll do satin lips, depending on what I think she would be most excited about. A lot of times I'm texting a picture of the charcoal mask from Mary Kay Instagram account, and I'm just saying, hey girl, I had to show you this charcoal mask. On Thursday at 4:30, when we get together for your party, you guys are all going to be treated to this amazing spa experience right at your own kitchen table. I can't wait for you to smell it. I can't wait for you to feel it. And then so I pump up a product and a product set, and then I say something that I think is critical. I say, Jennifer, you know that Mary Kay is my business. It's not just a hobby for me. So I'm going to be there Thursday at 4:30, rain or shine. I hope I can count on you for that time slot. And if for whatever reason you need to postpone or cancel, will you please give me the courtesy of a 48-hour notice so I can take someone off my wait list and fill that time slot? I just communicated so much to her in that message without being pushy and without being crazy. What I communicated to her was, I value my own business more than a hobby, which she may think it is, mistakenly. And I value my own time so much that I'm going to have a party that day and time because I've blocked it on my weekly plan sheet as a moment I need to make money for my family and towards my dream, my future, that if she's going to cancel on me, I need to know 2 days in advance so I have a chance to fill that slot with somebody who's excited and able to get together with me. Does that make sense? So that's how you set yourself up for those last minute cancellations not happening. Now, of course, sometimes there are unavoidable circumstances. Sometimes, people get sick. Sometimes people get stuck at work. Sometimes someone gets in a wreck. Sometimes you get your period and she's in a bad mood and who knows? Sometimes, right? Sometimes things happen that are unavoidable. But in this particular instance, you've really set up the boundaries and the respect level for this appointment at a whole different, this has just gone to a different area than, okay, cool. Yeah, let me borrow your face. Let's get together. Don't you agree? So, the next thing that I do after I send the thank you text message and everything, after we book or whatever, I seriously, guys, have handwritten postcards pre-made out that just say, I can't wait to get together and for you to try some hot new Mary Kay products and share our time slot with a few of your friends. See you, and then it's blank, right? See you, and then there's a spot for me to fill in at 4:30 Thursday, your place, I'll bring the chips and dip, or whatever it might be. And then there's a spot to fill in her name at the very top. They're stamped so that they're ready to go. All I have to do is put her home address on there and pop that postcard in the mail, and she's getting a handwritten note from me to confirm the appointment. Again, that is the extra, the and then some that costs you less than 50 cents to confirm an appointment that could earn you literally hundreds of dollars. So it is well worth it. It's the customer service. It's if an appointment is worth booking, it's worth coaching. Have you heard that before? It takes you a lot of effort when you agree to go back and forth and play ball and make these scripts and follow up and schedule your family and get childcare so you can work. You do not want these appointments to cancel. So you want to do all these little extra small, seemingly small steps to try to make sure that these appointments actually hold once you get them to book, because it's so much easier to coach something you've already booked than to keep booking more and more and more without doing these little extra steps, and then they fall right through, and that gets discouraging really quickly. So you want to do all these little special things to make sure that your appointments hold. So then the day before the appointment, of course, you want to make sure and reach out one more time and just say, Jennifer, I totally reserved your spot for tomorrow at 4:30. I'm so looking forward to seeing you. Will it be you plus Pam and Carol, or have you found a couple more girls? I know we still have 2 extra seats that we can fill if you find anybody at the last minute. If not, remember, I would come just for you because I treat my business like a business, and this spot is totally reserved with your name on it. I can't wait to show you the new foundations. We're going to find your perfect match. Hit me back whenever you get a second. And so you're just, again, one more time. And then I even text her again the day of the appointment. And I'll just say something like, hey, girl, let me know if you can arrive 5 minutes early to make sure you can find parking. Or I'll say, hey, girl, do you mind if I arrive? If I'm going to her house, hey, girl, do you mind if I arrive 5 minutes early just to make sure that I have time to unload and find a great place to park? And that way I'm just touching base one time the day of the party, just to make sure nothing has changed, that when I show up, she's going to answer the door and she's going to be there and that kind of thing. So last thing I want to say, because like I said, oh, hold on. Oh my gosh, you guys are chatting on here. Oh, I get so busy talking. Oh, Debbie's auntie. We have to pray for Debbie's aunt. She fell and broke her hip. Oh, I'm so sorry, Debbie. I will pray for your aunt. That's not easy. My grandma just went through all that. You might remember. Okay, yes. Yes, I'm going to give you all these scripts, Jennifer. I will absolutely post. And yes, the handwritten postcard. I'll post on here too exactly what you write on there. I'm glad you love the ideas because they really make a huge difference. And these are old school Mary Kay things that a lot of people don't do anymore. But I think they're a huge reason why a lot of directors who learn these things keep their appointments to hold. So I'm so happy you suggested we talk through this. Okay. So here's the last thing I'm going to say. Sometimes people just flat out ignore you. Don't they? It's so rude. But sometimes they do. And it is stab in the heart. And it makes you mad. And you're just can't you just
say like, leave me alone, that would be less insulting than just ignoring me. Like I'm not a human. So, okay, I get ignored too. Like it's not just you. I don't even really think it's that weird, to be honest, because people are just so bombarded today with like spam and texts, and we all know. So it's not that weird, but let's just not take it personally. There are plenty of women out there that are so happy when you contact them and so excited about Mary Kay products and excited about the opportunity and want to join your team and want to do this business with you and want to wear all the products and want you to service them. So let me just say something about people that ignore you. There are words you can say, because if somebody ignores you after one attempt, in my opinion, you haven't even tried to book that person. After one time you send them a text and somebody you barely know or don't know at all and they ignore you, that's normal to me. If you send them 2 and 3 texts and they still don't say anything back whatsoever, at that point, I would pick up the phone and I would make an actual phone call so that they can hear that you're a real person with a happy voice, with a positive attitude, and that you work this like a business, that you're not going to like give up after just 2 or 3 unanswered text messages. Because if they're not answering your text and they're completely ignoring you, trust me, they're not going to pick up the phone when you call them either. But you can leave a professional voicemail and just say, you know, I have these again all written down on the link. But you can just say something like, you know, hey, Jennifer, this is Jordan Eicher with Mary Kay. I got your name and number from your friend Pam, and I sent you a couple text messages, but I haven't heard anything back, and my phone is sometimes a little wacky with texting, so I just wanted to check in and make a phone call to you to see if you might be interested in getting together for a Mary Kay pampering session. Pam said you might, or Jennifer said you might love the experience. And gosh, I am building my business in this area and was looking for faces just like you to get their opinion on Mary Kay's hottest, newest foundations. Is there any reason why you couldn't give me a quick call back or send me a text and let me know if this is something you'd be excited about? 704-458-9664. Again, my name is Jordan, and I appreciate it. Bye-bye. And you hang up. Like, you just leave a message and just say, hey, I've been texting you, but sometimes my phone is wacky. Sometimes my phone, you know, doesn't do the right thing, and I don't even know, so I thought I would just call because I hadn't heard anything. That's professional. Again, it's persistent, and it shows the person that you are respecting your efforts and your booking like a business, because that's what businesses do. Businesses who hire people to make calls for booking appointments and things like that, they'll send you texts, but if you don't answer, they're calling and leaving a message. I mean, this is what doctors' offices do, dentists' office do this, hair salons do this. I mean, even spas do this. All kinds of businesses do this. So this is, if you want to be a business owner, this is the type of stuff you're going to do, because you're the receptionist, you're the booking agent for your own business. So if they still ignore you even after that phone call, at that point I would wait a few days and then I would make another phone call. I would totally make another phone call and just say the exact same thing. Hey, wasn't sure. I know you're probably super busy. I'm super busy too. If I don't hear back from you in the next 24 or 48 hours, I'll go ahead and just move on and give your appointment free pampering session to somebody else. But if, you know, you could just let me know if you want me to pass it on, no big deal. I'd just love to know either way. I'll send you one last text message just in case you're just super busy or traveling out of the country. But otherwise, thank you so much. And if you ever change your mind about Mary Kay, let me know. I'd love to service you. And you leave it at that. But 5 attempts at least to text somebody and call somebody is where then I would say, okay, I'm going to throw this lead in the trash or put it to the side and revisit it in a month. Because after one time, again, you're not working the numbers. The numbers are not in your favor there. You have to do it, 5, 6, sometimes even 7 times before you get a response. And really so many times. I was talking about this with Lynn Huckles the other day in the car because we drove 4 hours together to Charleston and 4 hours back. So we had a lot of time to talk about what was going on with bookings, what was going on with our own parties, what was going on in our units and businesses. And we were talking about this exact thing, saying people just ignore us when we text the leads. And it's like, can't you just tell us no? And that would be so much easier. But really, seriously, sometimes it's like on the 3rd and 4th time, they're texting back saying, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I was in the grocery line with my kids screaming when I got your first message. And the second time I was driving and I meant to get back to you. And oh my gosh, I completely forgot. And actually, yes, I love Mary Kay. And it's like really so many times they actually are not rude. They're not trying to be jerks. They're just busy, and this is just not on their priority list. And sometimes it's very out of the blue, and they think, oh gosh, I need to think about this, and then they never get back to you, and that's pretty normal. So be a business person and contact 5 times, even 7 times, depending on how sharp the person is or how sharp the person is who gave you the lead. Because sometimes too, when you really think about it, the sharpest people are the busiest. So the people with the most going on in their lives and the most hustle and the most bustle are the ones you really want on your team. So think about that too. And just don't take it so personally when people ignore you. Just be pleasantly persistent and be professional. And again, all these words you can have to copy and paste right from this link that I'll put in the group. So I hope that helps you. And if any of you wants to write like a booking affirmation for yourself and post it to the page, I would love to hear what you are going to say to pump yourself up to then make these texts and make these calls to get your date book filled. And do me a favor too, and before you hop off the Facebook page tonight, put your number one best tip, the best takeaway that you got from the training tonight of something you're going to start doing that you haven't done up to this point, because that will also help all the people who watch this throughout the week to kind of zero in on those areas of the training, because this was kind of long tonight. It was almost 40 minutes, and I've been trying to keep these a lot shorter. So, but it was a lot of information. Like I said, if you are excited about something you heard, post it so that everybody else can be excited and take your tips too. And like I said, this hopefully will be your best week ever of booking after you heard all this information, and hopefully you'll stop the leak of people canceling on you or ignoring you from the bookings you do make. All right, you guys. So I love you so much. I know this was valuable for you, and I want to hear that your bookings are soaring through the roof with the new foundations. I wish all of you who are mothers a very, very, very happy Mother's Day this weekend. God bless you. It's the most amazing job in the world, something I have enjoyed more than I ever could have dreamed. And don't forget about tomorrow, our